So, hello. Hold on one second. Move some of my shit out of the way. Okay. So, as you have read the title, no, first of all, let me say it's not clickbait. I know sometimes I like say shit and I'm like, oh, actually, it's a joke, whatever. Not a joke. This actually happened to me, and I can finally talk about it. It's been 2 years since I got hit by a drunk driver. Not actually 2 years. It's pretty close though. But yeah, this has been an ongoing lawsuit for almost the last 2 years. January 1st of 23. January 1st, 2023, I was driving home to stream actually, and I got hit by a drunk driver. And I'm trying to cry because I just this shit. I have not been able to talk about it because I could get sued. I could get in trouble, right? And so this was 2 years ago, right? It was almost 2 years ago. It was January 1st, 2023. This is not recent-ish. I'm still in pain to this day, and I probably will be until I die. And I signed the thing today saying that I'm done. You know? Saying that I'm done, but I met with my lawyers for the first time today in person, because it's all been online, because they live 2 hours away. But this is the first time I've been able to talk about it, because now it's done. Said and done. Oh, we're all done. So before I get started, let me I'm nervous because I've not been able to talk about it for so long, and there's part of me that's still hesitant to talk about it, even though I know that it's fine to talk about. Does that make sense? So I won. Let me just say that. I won. I was not the one. I'm sure there's stuff I could have done better too, but I won. Thank God. I did win the lawsuit. Thank Christ. I'm gonna show pictures. I'm gonna show my injuries. I'm gonna talk about my injuries. I'm gonna talk about all of it. So for the last 2 years, I have wanted to talk about this so bad. And I've not been able to. And I'm so fucking glad it's over. Holy shit. It's been so fucking hard. Sorry. I'm genuinely, this shit has been all of it has been so hard. Doctors have been hard. All of this shit has been so hard. It's I'm just glad it's over, you know? And streaming is one of the few things. It's one of the few things that you guys care so much, and I care so much about you. The fact that I've not been able to talk about it online at all is it's been really, really, really hard. And I've been able to talk to friends about it and stuff, but I couldn't talk about it online, and it seems silly to cry about it, but it's you guys help me through so much shit. You guys helped me through Samson's death. You guys just helped me a lot with a lot of shit. And I'm just glad it's over. Anyway, so 2 years. I also thought it was gonna go to court, and it didn't go to court. Thank God it didn't go to court, because it was just a lot. Okay, enough me saying that it's a lot. But basically, I'm gonna tell a story. Sorry, I lost it for a second, but thank you, Maddie. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. So, I mean, it's good to see you, too. I haven't seen you in a while. You're fantastic. Minecraft music seemed like the best thing here. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate that. So, this is what my car looked like. And I sent a thing to myself. I also, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is what my car looked like. My trunk was open, or not trunk. My thing was open. So let's do this. I'm gonna do that so you can see better. So what had happened was, I'm gonna go back to here. We're gonna just leave this here. That's what my fucking car looked like. If I had not swerved, I would be dead. And I have said that a few times. Some of you already know about that. Some of you already, I've talked about it before. Every single airbag. I just heard. Every single airbag went off. And so I was driving home from Ellie's, right? And I was driving, I started to go, it went from 40 something to, I don't know, I wasn't even paying attention. I thought I heard something strange in my house. Game left open. I don't know what the fuck that was. It was very weird. I don't know if that was me or if that was the game left open or what the fuck that was, or unless that was part of the song. Was it part of the song? No, that's Undertale again. I don't know. Anyway, so basically, I was going from 40 to 55. A lady who was intoxicated, like I said, many, many times, came out, and I was driving, and she came out and, hit my driver's side, like this picture shows, and I literally thought to myself, she's not gonna pull out in front of me, is she? And she did. She's kept edging. She kept coming out of her neighborhood, and I saw her, and I honked my horn. I slammed on my horn, and she kept coming, and she slammed into me, and I swerved as I was honking I slammed my horn, and as I was honking my horn, I turned my car all the way to the left as far as I possibly could. I went about probably 20, 30 feet where she actually hit me is where I ended up. And I hit trees. My car was smoking. And people had to pull me out of my car. And, yeah, people had to pull me out of my car. And that's, just one picture. All my airbags went off. There was smoke coming out of my hood. And my horn was still blaring from when I hit it. So not only did I swerved, right, trying to get out of the way, and then she hit me, and then I ended up 20, 30 feet from where I actually was, hit some trees over here. It was on the other side of the road, completely on the other side of the road. So, I'm on the right side of the road, she hits me here, and then I swerve, so I'm like, and so I, end up there, and for people I think all of you know this, like I said earlier, this was almost 2 years ago now, and I'm not going to talk about it because for legal reasons I could get in trouble. And thank you, Swift. It's good to see you. I appreciate you. It was fucking horrible, and I'm sitting there holy shit. I'm grabbing my wheel holy shit. Like I said, every single airbag went off, and then because there were people behind her too, and this was January 1st, 2023, and some guy, he's like, you gotta get out of your car right now, it's smoking, we don't know what's gonna happen, you need to get out of your car. So then he helps me from the left side of the road, because it's like this, right, and he helps me from this side. I'm shaking this is fucking crazy, but I appreciate you, Swift. You're fantastic, and it's good to see you again. Yeah, I signed my shit today, so it's done, and I can I can talk about it. And I was like hesitant if I wanted to talk about it today because it's just finished today, you know. But I can now, so that's what I'm gonna do, and maybe play web fishing if I don't absolutely lose my shit. Anyway, so he's like, hey, we gotta get out of your car, it's smoking. So other pictures, more pictures. There's like 3 ambulances. My entire everything was fucking gone. Like, no wonder the fucking hood popped up. This is broken. That's the other lady's car, but we'll talk about that in a second. So, I don't know if there should be another picture of my car, like, oh, there it is. Yeah, it ate all of it. Fucking dragged. There's my little duck. He's okay. Duck's okay. Don't worry. Duck. It's a glass duck. The glass duck made it. I made it. If I made it, my glass duck better fucking make it. On my mama. Anyway, so he says, your car's smoking. We gotta get out. And so I was like, okay. And then I just go, okay. So then I, like, go the other fucking side of the road. And he puts me on the side of the road, like, 'cause, you know, there's, like, the little, like, here's the road and here's, like, a little hump thing, you know? So I'm sitting right there. And he's like, you stay right there. And I'm trying to call, I called my mom first, I think. And then I'm like, Mom, I'm still connected to my car, which is still blaring its horn, which is connected to Bluetooth. And my mom's like, hello? Hello? And I hear from, like, the other side of the road. And then she's like, what? What happened? What happened? And then I disconnected and give her the hydrate. And I call Ellie and I was like, babe, I just got into a car wreck. Which is my biggest fear. If you guys didn't know that, that's like my biggest fear ever. So if that fucking sucked. Like, well, I was like, as this happened, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you serious right now? And he's on the phone with 911. And, thank you, Swift. I really appreciate that. I appreciate that too. And then 3 dudes show up. These, like, 3 different, like, I think one was a witness. I don't remember it, all of it. It's really fuzzy, and I have dissociated through a lot of it. It's fucking traumatic as fuck, so I don't remember some of it now. And 3 dudes show up. 3 people show up. A nurse shows up. She heard the accident from the neighborhood over, so she comes over, and she's like, oh my goodness, are you okay? I heard this happen. I heard you get hit. Like, I heard the wreck from a neighborhood over. She's like, I'll stay with you, make sure you're okay until paramedics get here. And so I was like, yeah, just, my back really hurts. And I had my Switch and my laptop and all my other shit in my car because I was on my way home to stream and, like, to have my laptop with me just in case I need it for whatever reason. And all I was saying to everybody was like, oh my God, I was like, my backpack is in my car. My Switch is in my car because I was afraid they were going to, that's literally all I was thinking about. I was like, my back hurts. I was tremoring really bad because anytime anything with my body happens, I tremor. I already had tremors before this car wreck. But I was trembling really bad. My legs were like, and then, you know, and I was like, yeah, my back really hurts and this and this and this and this and this. And I was like talking to her and, these 3 dudes are there and the lady who hits me comes over to me. Like, the guy who pulled me over is still there. And then there's 2 other people, and then there's the nurse. Right? Well, actually, let me back up. That didn't happen yet. Honestly, I'm getting fucking confused because it didn't fucking happen yet. The lady who hit me came over to me, and she starts rubbing my back, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Am I the one who hit you? Or not, am I the one who hit you? Are you the one that I hit? And I was like, yeah. It's okay, it's okay. I was so like, it's okay, it's fine. Because I was like, what the fuck am I, like, 1, what the fuck am I supposed to say? 2, I wasn't even mad, I was just in shock. That's okay, Camp, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that a lot. I reckon March, me anxious to get the car for us. Can't imagine how hard it's been.
Sorry to do this, but
especially
1
not being
year.
able to talk about it. Joan Soldier, thank you so much, Dem. That was very sweet. I'm trying not to cry more right now. That was really, really sweet of you, Tim. I appreciate that. Anyway. So she's like, are you the one that I hit? And I was like, yes. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she's like trying to be all like close. And the people that pulled me over One of the people the man that pulled me over to sit down is like, don't touch her, don't touch her, don't touch her. And then there's 2 other people. So that's when the other 2 dudes show up. And there's 3 dudes. This is gonna make you guys fucking go insane because it makes me go insane. I'm trying not to cry as I tell this part. And I talked to the nurse for a second. That's when the nurse comes over. She's like, I heard the wreck from over here. From all the neighborhood over, right? And I said, this. As soon as I'm done talking to her, and, like, the paramedics come over and stuff, I turn back, those dudes are gone. Paramedics come over, like, I look back, they're gone. I was not talking to them very long at all. I am so fucking, like, I'm so certain those were angels that were like, don't touch her. Like, don't, like, you know, I was talking to her, the nurse, and then as soon as, like, the paramedics came very quick, right? Like, not like guardian angels, like actual angels. Like, I'm dead ass. Like, I don't know about guardian angels, but definitely, like, they were gone. There was no trace of them. There was no sight of them after that. And a lot of people, like, traffic was backed up for like 20 miles after, because I got hit. Because my car was fucking all over the road and so was hers. But they were gone. Like, I turned my head, they were gone. As soon as I finished talking to her, they were gone. Like, it was fucking insane. And I will never, ever, like, forget that, for sure. And they, you know, people started talking to the lady and stuff. There's shit that I'm forgetting because I don't remember a lot of it because I was fucking, I wasn't hurting at that point. Really that bad, you know. I was like sore a little, but I wasn't like, you know. So let's go back to the pictures real quick. So, you know, that's my car or whatever. This is her car. And the lady who hit me, this is her car. And so her front of her car was like dragging. As you could see, doesn't look like mine. You know, my poor fucking car, gone. I do have a different car now. It's another Mazda. So, you know, and I'm, you know. So, anyway, like you said, I don't know if they were angels, but regardless, it was like, I've never experienced anything like that before. That was the most, and like I said, I can't quite remember if I was talking to her, if it was paramedics. I want to say it was her. And then the paramedics came and they were like, "Hey, are you okay? Like, do you want to go to, like, they were checking me out. Is this working? Is this, like, is your brain working?" And I was like, well, that's my injuries. We'll look at that in a minute too. Because we were like, we don't know what we'll need, so we should take pictures of everything. Yeah, and I had bruises everywhere. And you can see from my knee, my knee is fucked, and my knee will always be fucked. Well, almost, yeah, it'll probably always be fucked if I'm being honest, since this car wreck. Yeah, so that sucks. Anyway, explains it all. Ain't no way. Yeah, they come, the paramedics come, and the firefighter's talking to me, and then they're like, is this working? Like, is your brain okay? Can you feel this? Can you feel this? I was like, my back really hurts a lot. My neck really hurts a lot. And that pain, like, it hurts a lot. Like, it hurts. But I wasn't like, I need to go to the emergency room. I did go to the emergency room. Spoiler alert. I did go. Because you know, when I went to the emergency room, shit fucking hurt a lot. And I will show you pictures in a second of that. But anyway, fuck her is right. I could fucking say that now. Fuck her. And this is not the first time she's drove drunk either. That's public information, I can say that. So that's cool. This is her second DUI. Her second DUI, bro. Anyway, trying like a year ago, was reported as a fellow accident haver. Man, I appreciate that, Swift. It sucks that you guys have also, a few of you have also said that you've been in wrecks too, and it fucking sucks yeah, it sucks a lot, and I'm sorry you guys have experienced that too. And, anyway, so, And I'm like, literally, I'm telling these paramedics, like, my shit in my car, I gotta get my shit out of my car. And they're kind of like looking at each other like, why is she fucking worried? Like, part of the way, like, what the fuck does she have in her car that she's so worried about? I was like, my $2,000 laptop. Like, I mean, I didn't say that to them, but that's what I was thinking. I was like, my $2,000 laptop is in my car. My Switch is in my car. All of my Switch games are in my car. All my shit's in my car. My shit's in my car. That's what I was saying to them. I was like, I got my shit in my car. I was like, how you feel about this? And I was like, my shit in my car. So, like, I was just so out of it that I was like, I got to get my stuff out of my car. Because I was like, again, I was afraid that they were like, nothing's going to happen in your car. I was like, my keys are still in my car. My horn is still blaring. My horn did not stop blaring for, like, I did get my shit. I have my laptop and my Switch, and it's fine. I made Ellie go get it. We had also, to put this into perspective, me and Ellie, by that point, we had 2 ER visits that was our second ER visit under our belt. But that we had been dating for 2 months at that point. And she literally, like, I'm gonna cry about that too. We went to the ER 7 times last year, and she was with me 6 out of the 7 because she wasn't with me on the 7th time because it wasn't a big of a deal. I just had to go to the ER. Oh, it wasn't a big deal. I just had to go to the ER. It was because of the dog bite, and she was out of town, and she was so mad that she wasn't, like, with me for that one. She was like, the one fucking time! Just took over your from from tanks every time my parents switched type the brakes. Yeah, me too, Maddie. I'm so sorry that happened to you on your 17th birthday too. Yeah, it sucks a lot, and I get you completely. Anyway, so I'm talking to the paramedics. They're like, okay, well, yeah, I would still recommend, or the firefighters. They were like, I still would recommend to go to the ambulance or whatever. And by that point, because Ellie was, like, trying to get to me, she ran, like, probably a mile. She ran probably a mile, or half a mile, whatever. She ran a long fucking time, because I told her, and then she, like, drove... Hold on. There's an ad. I'm gonna wait. Like a minute, because I don't want anybody to not... Yeah, she, like, booked it. And, of course, at that point, I knew that she was the one I wanted to be with regardless, right? But holy fucking shit, like, I do not deserve her at all. Literally, oh god. Anyway, I'm gonna wait like 30 seconds before I talk any more about my traumatic event. I know I said this 30 minutes ago when I started fucking bawling my eyes out, but I'm so glad that I'll probably still go to doctors for my knee, because my knee is still fucked. But most of it is over. The hard shit's over. I don't have to talk about it anymore to lawyers. I don't have to talk to doctors about it anymore. They don't have to fucking, if I don't want to, I don't have to. You know? And you guys have helped me through so much shit. I know a lot of you I know personally, and I know a lot of you have heard a lot of this already. But I don't know if you've heard some of it in this much detail. Anyway, so Ellie ran like a mile. She finally catches up to me, and she's out of fucking breath because she fucking ran. And then my parents get there first, and I start to climb into the ambulance, and they start, like, checking and making sure that I'm like, can you feel this? Can you feel this? And the firefighter said that you've, this and this and this. And I was like, yeah, my dad climbed in there too. I'm just sitting there. They're like, taking my blood pressure and all that shit. Oh, thank you, Camp, and thank you, Maddie. So, like, she runs fucking mile, catches up to me, she's out of breath, she's like, oh my god, babe, and they're like about to climb in, and then the ambulance EMT asks Ellie what my birthday is. What's her birthday? And Ellie's freaked the fuck out too. Like, she just left her Nana at home by herself. Like, she's like also processing, like, holy shit, my girlfriend of 2 months just got into a fucking car wreck. And she's like, not fucking dead. And like, she like had to run past my car and shit. That's still probably smoking a little bit. At that point, I think it'd been like 30 minutes or something. I don't know. And like I said, traffic was backed up. And the EMT asked Ellie what's her birthday. And Ellie's like, I don't know. Because Ellie's freaked out. That's the one and only time Ellie has forgotten my birthday. And she still poor Ellie. She still beats herself up over it. And I was like 9/14/2000. And she's like, oh my God. Like, oh my God, I know that. And I was like, I shouldn't say that, but she was like, you could tell that she was like, I know, I mean, I know that, but like, I don't know why I just forgot your birthday, babe. I'm so sorry. And I was like, baby, it's okay. Like, I'm not worried about it. And so, and then they're like, do you want to ride to the like emergency room? And I was like, no, like, well, I'll still go, but I don't want to ride, because I was thinking, oh, we'll have to pay an ambulance fee. And then the guy in the ambulance was like, no, insurance and shit, like, everybody else would pay for that. The lady who hit you, he said the lady who hit you would pay for that. Right, yeah, like, it's fucking traumatic. It's like, it's a lot. And so, and I don't, all of that part is really fuzzy and shit. And, anyway, but I could tell this part too. This part's really funny. It is funny actually, but I don't quite remember. I was telling Ellie, like, she got to the ambulance, so I was like, can you go get my shit? Go get my shit out of my car. I literally would not stop saying it until somebody went and fucking got my backpack. Like, she went and she's like, where are your keys? Your keys still in your car too. So she went and got my backpack and my keys. God. She's fucking angel. She's an angel! She's a blessing. Like, anyway. So, I love how this song is called Wet Hands. That makes no sense. Anyway. So, my dad's in there, and I looked at my dad, and he was like, well, we wouldn't, like, we'd still have to do something, pay for some of it, but, like, we're good. And then I was like, no, I don't want to ride the ambulance. I'm glad I didn't, because that probably would have been fucking more traumatic. Anyway, so the police are like talking to witnesses, and the witness that was behind the lady, a couple things. So, witness that was behind the lady, I love you, baby. Hold on. Oh my God, I think I am dyslexic. I just tried to say you and then, oh my God, Meta. So, what was I gonna say? I also tried to I'm so sorry. Ever since we went to Atlanta earlier, and on the way back, I've been dissociating all day and, like, having panic attacks all day, because I feel like something bad's gonna happen to me. Even though I know that I know, logically it's not, but because I wasn't able to talk about this for so long, and if I did talk about it, then I would get in trouble. She's like, I don't know what's going on, because just all the time I'm just talking about Ellie for the last 15 minutes. I'll tell her later, don't worry. Thank you for typing it, Maddie. Anyway, so woo. Well, hold on. I gotta backtrack. Okay. Yes, so yeah, Ellie went and got my shit, and she came back, and I was, like, still talking to the EMT or whatever. What I was gonna say was, at one point, or when I read the police report, which I do have, actually. I have it on my computer, and I can't read some of it because it's it's, like, right outside my hometown, and then also it has my legal name and her legal name and shit like that, so I'm not gonna show you, but I will read it if I can find it. Basically, in the police report, if I can't find it, I'll just say it, is they saw the person behind the lady who hit me, they saw my headlights. That my headlights were really bright, and because the lady who hit me, she said that she didn't see me. That she did not see me at all. And the guy was like, I don't know why she said that. because I saw Gianna's lights, or this person's lights, through her car, through her mirror and shit. Like, I don't know why she's saying that she didn't see me. And then the person behind him also saw my headlights. So, they're fucking bright as shit. I might have deleted it on purpose so I wouldn't keep looking at it. So she said that she didn't see my headlights and shit. Another thing is when they were doing, I didn't pick up at all when she was like trying to pet my back and shit, after, like, when those 3 dudes were standing there and they were like trying to call 911, and like, cause I was shaking a lot, you know. I didn't look like I didn't act like I wasn't bleeding or anything. Oh well, I think I was a little, like, on my elbow, but I wasn't, like, cause the airbag, you know. And I cannot find this. I don't know where it is. That's kind of strange because I just saw it recently. It doesn't matter, I guess, that much. But anyway, police report said that they saw or the dude saw my, I just recall this probably, that she failed the sobriety test. Like, she, you know, so I didn't pick up that she was drunk when she pet my back. But when Ellie saw her, she was like, she's definitely drunk. And I didn't know that I didn't pick up on that at all. I was just like, holy shit, I got hit by a fucking car. And she tried to get in her car and drive away. after she was like, oh my god, am I the one who hit? She tried to drive away. The police stopped her. And then they questioned her. She failed walking in a straight line. And then they took her to prison. I don't know if she got bailed out the night of or what. I don't even know if she spent the night in prison. Or anything like that. Because I didn't even fucking know that. I was like, because I was busy being checked out by EMT. Because, you know, she got up and walked away or something, or started talking to somebody, and the police were like, can I talk to you? And the police were always asking me, how fast are you going? And I was like, I was speeding up to go 55. Like, from 45 to 55. So who knows? I don't really know the impact that I got hit at. I think she was going like 30. So that's why I fucking went 30 fucking feet, 20 to 30 fucking feet. Or however far I went. But yeah, it's like the fucking audacity, and I can say this shit now. The fucking audacity of this bitch. One, to drive drunk. Oh, she also has kids. To drive drunk. The kids weren't in the car. To drive drunk. And then also to choose to drive drunk. And then, yes. Or something like that. I don't fucking know. And then, like, to apologize. I'm not taking her apology. I was, you know, because I was freaking the fuck out. What am I supposed to, you know? And then, like, you also have children. And this is your second DUI. That's fucking crazy. I can't say your name and I can't say the insurance company, by the way, but I can fucking share everything else now. But I will say, this is her second DUI. Anyway. So, now let's look at my injuries. So, as I was saying, you know, that's my car, that's her car. She tried to drive away in this. Her car looked like this, and this was dragging on the ground. Like, her, like, front piece of her car was dragging. Anyway. So, this is where the seatbelt was. And I had, like, rash bit thing. Meta, thank you for stopping by. I love you, man. Have a fun time taking it to your mom to the store. I hope the store goes well and silly and great. I appreciate you very much, Meta. Okay, so my knee hit the dash really fucking hard. Like, I drive like this anyway. I drive really close, and I'm like, holy shit, a lot. And I have huge PTSD now. A lot of you know that, like... Right, I agree with that, Tim. That, you should not have kids if you're gonna do this shit. I'm, like, shaking right now, because I have not talked about this a whole lot in general, because I've been so afraid of, like, just a lot of shit, you know? Anyway, my knee hit the dash really fucking hard. I have it's called Hoffa's fat pad syndrome is what I have on my knee. So basically, you know how your knee does this, right? Can you see that? My knee does this. These what knees are supposed to do. Mine does this, and the cartilage and shit rubs together. And the scar tissue all rubbed together now, and it makes this god awful Velcro noise. I also got two slip discs from this car wreck, which still make my back hurt. This is the night of the wreck. Like, I went to the ambulance, or hospital, not ambulance. I did go to the ambulance to get checked out, but my parents drove me. There were like two ambulances. I don't remember how many police cars. I think there was 2 fire trucks too, and it like took up the whole fucking road. Like I said, and traffic was like, it was like I said, Ellie ran. She like ran as fast as she could, and I've never seen her that out of breath. And I might see pretty fortunate. Mom has mentioned it being bad in case of wreck, but I feel like more control. Yeah, I definitely get what you mean. I scoot back a little bit now. I like get my knee away from the dash since then. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bruise right there. And then that's, you know. And then this is my left leg. I don't know why I have shoes on here. It doesn't sound like special when I walk. It sounds like when you take a piece of Velcro and you like, and you pull it apart. That's what my knee sounds like actually. Bruise there on my leg. This is a day later, or a couple days later. That's what that is. This is my knee. Oh, I'm sure they were, because this is the night of January 1st. Not December 31st, but January 1st. You can see my knee is swollen a little bit right here where I got hit. The scratch, that's my arm, not my knee. Looks like my knee, it's not. That's my thighs. My thighs were scratched, bruised. Okay, this is my fucking knee. It got hit here, and then on my leg. And, you can see it's swollen. It had a big fucking, like, lump right here, which is where it fucking hurts still. And then you see how my leg goes right there. There's a lump right there. Yeah, like, so lump there. There's lump there. So, and you can see it right there. It's hard to see in the pictures, really, but it, like, yeah, there are a few bumps and shit. And Ellie was taking these pictures, and genuinely, other than my cyst pain, that was some of the worst pain that I've been in. People couldn't come up from behind me, in general. Like, after that, like, people would touch my shoulder, or somebody would touch my shoulder, and I would, like, I would just have flashbacks. I had flashbacks almost every single day for, like, 6 months, and I could not talk about it. I do not remember the first 5 months of last year. If you asked me what I said or did on stream, I would not be able to tell you. I would not be able to tell you anything. No, I didn't dislocate anything, thankfully, but I mean, it's just torn. I didn't, I got x-rays done and everything of, the night of the wreck, and it wasn't, like, broken or anything, thankfully. But it was bruised a lot. My hips were bruised. My hips still hurt. Not as much as they do, or did, of course. But they do get sore a lot because of the seatbelt. And I did not dislocate my left nut. Hold on, I'm gonna turn my fan off because now I'm sweating. Or, not sweating, the opposite of that. I'm cold, hold on. Chopped clean off right there. But, yeah, so I like went to the ER and shit, and they were like, what's going on? They pushed me in a wheelchair. And I was like, oh, my knee hurts, my hips hurt, my back hurts, my arms were scratched, and I was limping a lot, and they were like, I was like, a truck driver hit me, and like, oh no, when? And I was like, 6:30, and it had been like, it's like fucking 8 at that point, and I'm starting to hurt bad, and I needed help getting up and down from seats, from the MRI. It was an MRI, and everything. I was like excruciating pain, which it goes I'm not even kidding you. It goes like fucking, what are those called? I just went blank on them. It's like when food gets stuck in your pockets of your mouth. Anyway, that thing, and then my cyst, and then the car wreck. Like, it was fucking high up there. No crutches. I walk with a cane now. Sometimes I work with not at my daycare job. But I can't. It's getting more and more like I'm able to stand on it more and more as time goes on, but it still hurts a lot. I can't stand for more than like 2 or 3 hours, because then my knee comes out from underneath me. Yeah, you're good, Maddie. You're good. No crutches though, and what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I needed help like getting up and down. I just wanted to lay in bed. I just wanted to lay in bed. I wanted to not do anything. I was having flashbacks all the time, thinking that because I was at the wreck. You know, I smelled smoke. I'd hear the horn. I would hear the ambulances. I'd hear sirens. Yeah, Booch, it's over. It's over. Thank God. The lawsuit's over. I won. Thank Christ. Here's the pictures, by the way, if you wanted to see them. In my favor. Yeah, thank God. This was when I got hit. I would recommend watching the VOD if you'd like. But that's when I got hit. My hood went up. That was driver's side and shit. That was such a good car too. See, there's all the ambulances right there. Look at the fucking. I feel so bad for the tree I ran over because I was all the way back. You see where that light is? That's about where I got hit at. So 20, 30 feet, roughly. But anyway, I still can't hear sirens. I'll go into a flashback. Even though I'm not having flashbacks every day anymore, I still do have flashbacks. And then, you die. I was like, Ellie, oh my God, no. Jesus. I'm so sorry for scaring you. Yeah, and that's what my car looked like, Booch, and I don't know if you've seen that. And that was the lady who hit me. That was her car at the junkyard. Yeah, so I was like, even if there weren't any potential triggers the next 4 months of 2023, 5 months really, were just fucking terrible. They were I also went to the ER 3 other times in that time. For different reasons that were not related to the car wreck. Like kidney stones. And there was something else, but I don't fucking remember what it was. A lot of shit. There was a lot of shit. Stupid fucking shit. So even if there wasn't a trigger, I would just have a flashback and think that I was at the wreck, I would grip the fucking steering wheel like this. I would think that I was at the wreck. The cyst was actually before the car wreck. It was in November 28th of 2022. And then the car wreck was January 1st of 2023. And then when I got the MRI or CRT, the CT, I don't know why I said CRT, the CT scan, welcome back, Meta, of my cyst in November, I didn't have slip discs. And then when I got the MRI, or whatever I got, the day of my wreck, I had 2 slip discs in my back. So, her fault. I did. I don't know why I said CRT. Well, we started dating, it was October, we started talking in October of 2022, but the day I asked her to be my girlfriend was October 16th of 2022. So we had only been dating a month. Well, I went to the ER the first time. A really shitty one. Yeah. So, yeah, it would be no triggers or shit. And I don't. Thankfully, my flashbacks aren't where I'm gripping, because I would grip my steering whell so like hard, the one that doesn't exist when I have a flashback, and my nails would be in my hand, like trying to grip the steering wheel to get away from this lady who's hitting me, because I would think that I was back at my wreck and trying to not get hit all over again. So yeah, I would do that, and I would jolt, like I would every time I would feel the impact of the car. Every time I'd have a flashback, I would jolt, I would like be twitching and shit. This the same fucking like just thinking that I'm at the scene of the wreck. And when I have flashbacks now, they're not as often and they're not nearly as long. I'd have like an hour-long flashback almost daily for 5 months. And my therapist at the time said I was in crisis mode due to her notes. It was crisis mode, is what she said on her notes. But she did not send me anywhere really to take care of that. Oh, yeah, this will happen. Matt, I hope you have a great time at the store. Oh, Tim, I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. Yeah, she did. She really did. So, but now I can't. Mostly my triggers are I can't see lights and I can't hear sirens. Because I will think that I'm back at the wreck. But when I do have a flashback, I'm not gripping anymore and not jolting as much. But I do feel the impact of the car. I don't smell smoke anymore, and I don't hear my horn blaring. Because, like I said, I blared it when I was... I mean, like, is this bitch really blow up in front of me? She did. Crazy. Anyway, but... and, like, talking about it, like... I'm seeing the wreck, like, I am seeing the wreck, but I'm seeing the wreck, like... I wonder what my heart rate is right now. Because if I think about it too hard, I do feel it, because I haven't talked about it at all, like I've been saying. Like, I'm just repeating myself. And, like, because I'm trying very hard right now to not dissociate. But I'm glad I can talk about it now. And I think that is, like, one of the hardest things that, like, I was, like, when I fucking was crying earlier, like, I'm, like, you know, I talked to you, Booch, and I talked to Meta online, and I talked to Maddie a lot online through chat, because life be a little silly right now. I appreciate that, Booch. That's what Maddie said earlier, too. Ah, Lord, I'm trying not to cry. Crying is fine, but crying gives me a headache, and I don't want to cry. I think crying on stream is okay, but God, it gives me a headache every time I cry. So, I'm not gonna say the amount that I got, but it was definitely way more than I expected. Thank God. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I'm not gonna say how much it was, because I don't wanna. But it is a good amount. And yeah, I know I don't normally, like, talk about shit like this and everything. We're like engaged without being engaged. Like, we know that we're gonna get engaged, but we're not, like, engaged. Does that make sense? I'm trying to have a fever though, that sucks. Does that make sense? Per ring. It's true. There's been a few opportunities that I've had to buy a ring and then I haven't, and then that'll probably happen soon. But anyway, we have promise rings and they're engraved on the inside. We want to make our oh yeah, that's I'm not the good amount, like, that they gave me. I'm really not gonna touch any of it, if I'm being honest with the whole class. I'm gonna use some of it for Christmas money, like a very small portion of it for like a very, very small portion of it for Christmas. Like, I'm not, basically right now, I'm not gonna spend anything that I can't get back. Does that make sense? Like, it'll probably be invested. I'll probably invest it in something it'll be long term, like a CD or whatever. I don't know yet. But, and like I was saying earlier, that, like, If this had gone on any longer, like I said I was done in July of this year. I said, okay, I'm done getting treatment, which I had to be done getting treatment because if it had gone on any longer, then it probably wouldn't have been closed. Like in time, because if it had, after 2 years, anything like this, and it goes on longer than 2 years, you have to go to court, and it has to be taken to a judge, and it has to be taken and all this other shit. I get you, Booch. I get you. So I would have had to go, like, which means I would have gotten less money. Judges would have gotten more money. The insurance company would have had to do more shit. Like, I was so glad I didn't come to that, because I don't know what if I would have had to testify and be like, look how fucked up your fucking bitch ass mofo did to me, because she decided to drive drunk like a dum-dum. And I'm not gonna get in trouble for saying that she's an idiot now. You know, that's so great. I know I feel like that sounds so stupid, but like, I'm not trying to like, genuinely, I'm not trying to slander. That's why I'm not saying her name or anything like that. She tried to leave. She tried to flee the scene. Why would you do that? Her second DUI, by the way, Booch. That was her second. Her hitting me was her second. I think people who get a second DUI should never be allowed to drive ever again. At first one, it's like, okay, like, I feel like it's like, I mean, even a first one, really, but like, people don't, yeah, her shit, yeah, me too, Maddie. Like, imagine. Anyway. Right, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, but also, like, I feel like there should be some exceptions, I guess, to an extent. Like, if it's like, oh my god, I am young, and she's not young. Can I say something you told me privately now? It depends on what it is. Maybe. I think so. If I'm yapping about all this shit, probably yes. Anyway, but yeah, it's shit I'll have to deal with for my knee. I'll probably have to deal with the rest of my life, and the PTSD. I should have really gotten it checked out, taken care of it. Maybe I should have gone to a mental hospital. Yeah, there were car seats in the back of her car, for kids. Right, yeah, that's definitely what I mean, Booch. Is like, if it's more like, oh my god, I'm young, and I don't know how much she was over the legal limit, you know, but it doesn't really matter. But trying to fucking try to fail your sobriety test and then leave, like, you're trying to leave. Well, she was trying to leave, and then that's when they were like, "Are you drunk?" And she could, you know, you're stupid. Like, drinking can hurt so many people, and you're just there physically. Yeah, absolutely, Ram. I agree with that. Right. They're young. Like, young. Right. Yeah. It's scary to think about that I don't remember the first 5 months of, so almost half the year of last year, due to all this shit. And then doctors would be like, your knee's fine. Do you know how many times I heard that? That my knee's fine? That I'm fine? No. And then I started to believe it. That my knee's fine. Or that I'm fine. Or like, oh, you're not really that hurt. Or whatever. Okay, is really hurt dead? Has really hurt me being in a casket? Because there were days where I wish that I was dead. That I was in so much mental, physical pain. That I would wake up every day and think that I was dead. Like, because my body hurt so bad, or because my brain hurt so bad. And I think that is like, I don't know. There's a lot of shit that people said to me that I will never forget. And there's a lot of things that doctors and medical professionals, or professionals in general, said to me that I won't ever forget. I wish that I could. My brain wants to is forgetting some stuff from those 5 months, but I really, like, you could ask Ellie and I've talked about it before, that I acted like a different person. I was like, you would tell me something and I would forget it an hour later. Touch the ignition, so the car last year over. That's kind of cool, Maddie. So much malpractice. If I could report half the city of Chattanooga, which I guess I could, if I could, like, if I could do a lot, I would. Hi. I can talk about it now. Yep.
Happy birthday, Willow.
Huh? Yeah, I can now. I've wanted to for 2 years. I love you. Okay, there's not much to fill in other than I'm done. Yep, I'll tell you more later though. Okay, I love you. It was my mom, yes. She was like, you tell me later? And I was like, there's so much to tell other than I'm done. Anyways. And she loves you. She really does. What was I saying? Oh yeah, other than I've just fucking traumatized this shit. And, like, there are some days I genuinely cannot be in the car. There are some days I genuinely cannot drive. I literally was having, and sometimes still have, a panic attack anytime, or I say panic attack, like an actual PTSD response, thinking I'm at the wreck and everything, when I would sit in the car. And like I said, I'm thankful that most of that I don't react to that way anymore. But it's still rough a lot, and it's especially been rough, like, it was a little rough last year too, and it's harder right now because it's done and all this shit's getting resurfaced, but I'm trying to, like, desensitize myself to it a little bit because I was, like, avoiding it so bad, because every time I would see the pictures I would have a PTSD attack. Every time that I would talk about it I would, like, freak the fuck out, and I'm still freaking the fuck out, just a lot less. And I'm hoping over time that I can talk about it and stuff and process it. Because I would talk about it in therapy, and then my therapist made it worse. Like, there's something called, like, it's not CBT. It's, there's this thing that my therapist tried to do, but she made it worse. And then I was, like, having flashbacks a lot worse for a while. EMDR is what it's called. And she didn't do it right. And also, I was like the second person she'd ever done it on. Yes. It's basically where you're supposed to retrain your brain with a professional, which she was not in that regard. It's supposed to retrain your brain to be like, I'm safe and I can process this trauma. It was like, I would go into therapy and I would see the wreck. Like, I would close my eyes, and anytime I would close my eyes, I would see the wreck. And anytime I'd fall asleep, I'd see the wreck. Every time, any of it, I would see the wreck. And I'd be at the wreck, physically, mentally, all of it. Everything would play out. My entire story would play out over and over and over again, multiple times a day for, like, 5 months. Or, you know. It is, I feel like it's worth a try, but with something less traumatic. But if someone says, I've only done it one other time, but we can do it, don't do it. Because it was like, she was, like, tapping on both knees, and it's supposed to, like, get your eyes to do this back and forth thing and shit. And you're supposed to, like, be able to, like, process it. And it's supposed to, like, help you know that you're safe, like, your body's safe, and nothing's gonna actually, like, happen to you. And didn't work very well. Anyway, but yeah, I still have to walk with a cane and shit. I think I'm just repeating myself at this point, but that's the gist of it. Is that I'm done. It's over, didn't go to court. Got a good amount of money that I'm gonna do something with, but nothing crazy with, because We gotta... all this shit that I dealt with for the last 2 years? Hell no. Right, yeah. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. It did not work. It made me more it made me... it made me crazy. No, it definitely made it a lot worse. Yeah. That's mostly it. And now that I can talk about it, I'll probably just bring it up. And know that it's fine to bring up. I do genuinely, like... It's also in Discord. I never deleted the messages. If you go back January 1st of 2023, you can see me live updating you, too. Like, the messages are still there when I was like, I'm going to the hospital now. Which is fucking crazy to think about. Anyway. But thank you guys for listening, and thank you very much. I'm gonna end stream, and then I'm gonna restart stream with a different stream, so this VOD will still be up, but I don't want this for me to play a game and this VOD to be put together. So if I'm looking for this in particular, then I know what to look for. So, like, if I change my title or something, I'm not gonna remember. Future me is not gonna remember where I fucking said all this shit in a VOD and be like, this is the date that I signed this document to say that I'm done. So I'm gonna just leave it as a separate thing. Anyway. But, it, like... I gotta stop looking at pictures, it's making me sick to my stomach. But I'm thankful to be done. I'm glad to be done. And I'm very grateful for all of you that has said something in chat. And it's been my friend. Maddie, I love you so much. Booch, I love you. Meta, I love you. I think there might have been someone else I know personally that I like. Anyway, but regardless. And then, like, Ellie, I love her the mostest. It's insane. It's insane that somebody drove drunk. It's insane that I got hit by a drunk driver. It's insane that I'm done. It's insane, all of it. It feels like 2 years, but doesn't feel like 2 years. Like, I don't feel like I'm actually done. You know what I mean? Like, done with trying to figure shit out. Part of it. And I love that you say that, Maddie. It's fucking crazy to think about a little bit. I am going to end stream in just a moment and then restart it, and we're gonna play web fishing, because holy shit, I have wanted web fishing so much. Also, I'm probably going to I don't remember those. You know, I lost train of thought. See, I'm just trying. My brain's like, this is triggering. Let's not think about this right now. We're gonna think about it. It's okay to think about it. I'm gonna find all the fishes, and I'm gonna remember what I was gonna say later. Okay, I'm gonna end this, and I'm gonna take a Zofran because my tummy is so upset now. I'll be back in like 5 minutes or less. So 1 second. I gotta get web fishing pulled up and stuff, but don't go anywhere. Just refresh after I tell you in chat to refresh. Thank you guys so much for all of your continued support about all of it, and those that did figure out what I was saying, or like I think people that I did tell that I muted stream and then told, like, thank you so much for nothing but your thank you, Maddie. Your continued support after all this. Like, it has been one of the hardest things in the world to deal with all this, and then to feel like the outlet that is most important to me and the outlet that helps me the most, I could not tell anybody about, or really anybody about. So thank you all for being here and just genuinely being here and caring and sympathizing, and also saying fuck that bitch, because genuinely fuck that bitch. Alright, I'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. When I say in chat to refresh, then please refresh, because we're gonna play web fishing. Alright, 1 second.